What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given, and today it's the end of an era. If you haven't already heard, at the end of April there will be no more Storybook Brawl, unfortunately. So, what does that mean? I'm not sure, but for now, I want to make the most of Storybook Brawl while we still have access to it. Happy Gwensday. Let's pick Gwen. Let's play some Gwen here. That'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what it means as far as the channel. I don't really care about that as much. Storybook Brawl is something that's brought me a lot of comfort over the past year and a half. So it's going to be really sad to see it go. It is one of my favorite games of all time. And yeah, we're only going to have a few more days left to play with it. So let's just make the most of them and see what we can do. And we are going to, I guess, just kick this game off by picking up a tiny. I'm not sure if I should even, should my videos be instructional at all at this point? Because teaching people how to play Storybook Brawl, it seems even silly to talk about the game. I want to play the game. I think I'm potentially going to do some live streams or something to try to play as much of this game as I can. But it doesn't really seem like it makes that much of sense to talk about the game. Because who cares? So, there are some other things to potentially talk about, though. As far as myself is concerned, the future of this channel, Gambit game, other fun stuff. I gotta record some Gambit game videos soon. I'm probably gonna do that after this, though. Admittedly, takes a little bit of the life out of you, reading announcements like that, and I've gone through it before. Soulforge, I was the #1 draft player in Soulforge, and eventually that went the same way. Completely shut down, no way to access it at all. Do you ever lock onto a Lonely Prince here? And that's what I'm saying, do you ever? As if you'll ever have the opportunity to do this again. Life is pointless, and then you die. Alright, we don't have to be that bleak. We could sell off a Sure Shot and a Tiny. We could also sell off a Tiny and a Polywoggle to pick up the Frog. I don't really want to lock on 3.0 as Gwen. So I think I'm going to sell off these two. I think that's good. I think I want access to Polywoggle, especially because I've got so much power with the frogs that I'd like to potentially pursue some power elsewhere with the Polywoggle. So now we'll see if we can't get this Polywoggle to slay, maybe with the White Stag. I'm also noticing there's a Cindy here and a Princess White. Let's roll the die. Let's see what happens. All right, that gives me Cindy, which on some level seems awkward. It seems like I would have liked to buy Cindy and then roll the die onto the Stag. And that's definitely true, but I think that I 100% wanted the Stag. And just because it would allow the Polywoggle slay. So if roll the die landed on Sherwood Sure Shot or Princess White, I would have been okay with that too. This would have been a classic. Knighthood on the Princess White. That's something we haven't done for a long, long time. This game's been through many iterations, many changes, and now it is going through the final change. And yes, it will be no more. Maybe, I'm not incredibly optimistic that there's any sort of potential for the future of this game, that somebody could take it over and facilitate it still being online in any capacity. I think that it's totally done. I've also been through the process before where this really smarts that we can't do this on the Polywoggle right now because it was unable to slay last turn. Shard of the Ice Queen's kind of cute on the stag, but honestly not cute enough. I guess I could do it on the Sleeping Princess and then also pick up Spellweaver. Sure. Okay, Mummy's pretty good. Let's throw Mummy here. But yeah, I mean, I've been through this song and dance before. I've been through this rigmarole, as I'm sure many others in the comments have with many other games. It's part of the nature of the games that I like to play that I'm only really interested in playing multiplayer games. And those have an always online element of them where when somebody decides they're done with it, you pull the switch and then nobody gets to play it anymore, and that's sad, but that's what's got to happen to like the existence of these kinds of games kind of hinges on the fact that they are online, and that's part of what makes them fun. Okay, this is interesting. At this point we're benching the Polywoggle for a turn. I might skip on the Lonely Prince treasure, so that way I can pick up Mummy and Spellweaver. We'll see. Fairy Tale's fine, but yeah, I think we could skip. Then just do this, and then probably this. Sure, why not? Ticks down on Cindy. Next turn, we'll try to get the Polywoggle supported with either a Sporko or the Stag. Sporko's pretty good with some of the other things on the board, and then we're potentially building into Crystal Ball or Treasure Map. It'd be nice to get a good Crystal Ball game before everything is done. So there's a few different things that I wanted to say about like future content, and bear in mind, while the announcement was yesterday, while you're watching this, it was today while I'm recording this. So I still don't fully know everything that I would like to know as far as where my head's at. I would like, if there's, there's so much that I still want to do in the game, not even just because like there's things I haven't done. There's just things that I'd like to give like one last hurrah. I'd love to do one last game that like feels more competitive in some capacity. Yeah, let's buy that. It's pretty good. I have to sell something to pick it up. I guess I just sell off a Sure Shot. Yeah. So I'd love to do... Oh, I guess I can just do this turn, huh? Yeah, that's probably fine. I'd love to do something that feels competitive. I'd also love to do something like maybe I should do some one-on-ones, some Storybook Brawl duels. I did like one of those. I think I've only done like 3 of those total. Maybe only 2. I did one with Sam and one with Duke Silver, and honestly, that's all I can remember. I've done some with friends, and not recorded them and stuff, but not that those people aren't friends. I just mean people that I know in real life as well. And those weren't worth putting out because those people aren't as good at Storybook Brawl. They're just people that I said, hey, you should check out this game. And yeah, I don't know, maybe we should do some more duels. I'll hit up Duke Silver, see if he wants to duke it out one more time before the servers are gone. This is not like... I feel like now the timing on it is a little bit, kind of feels a little bit weird. But I did download Hearthstone again this week, like 3 days ago. And the reason for that was actually because, sure, let's just do that. Cool. Alright, we can't take treasure map because that gives me a tier 4 treasure now. So let's just throw a sting in here and then, sure, a locked chest. But sting will eventually be for the Polywoggle, though not this turn. We could use Time Flies this turn. That's kind of cool. Chupacabra is also like, if it's ever going to be good, it should be good right here. Though I'm still not sure it is. You know what? I think I'm just going to roll for another treasure. There we go. That was a pretty fantastic roll. Let's throw that in. Coin of Sharon. Pretty good with these royals as well. As is Three of Swords to really ensure we've got some other fun stuff. I think Coin of Sharon's just too good with the Friendly Spirit though, so I'm going to throw that in, and then I'm just going to 4th spot this Polywoggle. I think it is really good if it gets the Coin of Sharon buff on it, and then next turn we're going to front spot this Polywoggle with the Sting, and I don't know, seems good enough to me. Looks like Mummy's going to grab the coin regardless there, and then Polywoggle, okay, actually almost slayed, that's pretty funny. But will eventually go down, and then we'll get some bonus prize pig gold here too. Not too shabby. Should be able to walk away clearing both of these little piggies out. So 2 bonus gold going into 5.0 seems good. I like Aeon reasonably enough. I think I am going to go for the Potion of Heroism here too. You know what? I probably should have grabbed the Aeon first before casting that, but I think Aeon's a good enough character that I should just grab it here. Don't really care enough about +7/+7 for the turn. Might just go Poison Apple and bank a Golden Chicken. Seems fine to me. I like Wombats, I like Big Pigs, but I'd like to just get as much stats as possible onto the Polywoggle, which I know the Rotten Apple doesn't technically do, though. If we scam something in the front line, it does make it slightly more likely that we are able to slay with the Polywoggle, so that's kind of fun. And even if we don't slay with it this turn, if it can get the Coin of Sharon buff and we can slay with it next turn, that seems fun. But yes, I downloaded Hearthstone. The primary reason I did that was actually because I'm already infinite in Marvel Snap for the season, and that's still got a week to go, and I'm no longer really playing Pokemon Go at all. So, I mean, I'll still play like some stuff, but I'm not touching Go Battle League in Pokemon Go. So, wanted some other game to play while I was just chilling on the couch, petting a dog. And, alright, that's really unfortunate, because we also don't get the coin in a place where we can effectively use it, but we are still gonna get the win, so I guess it's fine. We don't get the slay with Aeon though either, but we do take out Pan's Shadow here. And if we can find like the thing that gives +10 attack for a turn onto Polywoggle, I think that's gonna be good. Otherwise, I'm saving Knighthood until next turn. Or until 6.0 is what I meant. And I might even save it till 6.0 here regardless if I don't love what this winds up being. Could pick up Southern Siren here. I think that's probably a fine character to grab. And then might just go for Luna's Grace on Polywoggle. It's only a little bit more stats. I'm going to see if I can find another mummy. That's exactly what I wanted for a tier 3 treasure. Now here, I might toss the coin if we find treasure map. Could also toss Eye of Ares, or pick up Eye of Ares and toss the coin. And the reason that we would do that is because we want to make this Polywoggle slay right now while it still matters. I like the coin on Friendly Spirit. It's a little bit tough to control though. Let's roll. And then don't really need anything to do with Wish Upon a Star. We could use the Knighthood now just to give Polywoggle a little bit more stats, but this turns into something like Doom Breath, then I'm just going to want no business with it. So we'll see. The locked chest still gives us the potential to find Crystal Ball or Treasure Map. We're also going to have a level 6 character, while the rest of the lobby is apparently on 5.1. So that'll be nice. And then we've got the stats right now to keep winning these combats, though just barely. No. This is a loss. That's a definite loss. Okay, we take 10 down to 20. We get a Gumblegore, but we do grab Crystal Ball here. So let's just do some Crystal Ball things. That sounds fun enough to me. Don't really need to go Southern Siren. We can hang on to my Knighthood still. And let's just cast some spellies. This is pretty good to cast. I do want to pick up some mages right now as well, if possible. Could pick up another Polywoggle. It would have a bunch of attack here in the front row. Let's see. It would have 26 attack in slot 1. So that's really not too terrible. Do this. Sure. I'll pick up another Polywoggle. See what we can get out of that. I do also like Baba Yaga. Yeah, let's grab Baba Yaga. And then finish off, I think, with an Earthquake. So now our spells can cost 2 less if Aeon's able to slay, which I think it should be able to. We could also just use Knighthood on Aeon. That is probably going to seem pretty reasonable pretty soon. Boomhilda and Baba Yaga are technically mages, so board is certainly improving from there. So I guess Knighthood, maybe just on Scion of the Storm. I don't know. Scion of the Storm is not that big right now because we have not cast that many spells yet. Looks like Polywoggle can slay if we get first attack, but we do not, so we do not. Siren can steal a Robinwood. That would have been absolutely huge, but instead, we're going to take some damages here, and that's okay. We are down to 8 now, and let's see if we can turn this around. All right, Mix-a-Whizzle. Let's throw that on the Mummy. See how far up the chain we can bring that, because I like the Friendly Spirit, so I think we're just going to keep the Friendly Spirit as a Friendly Spirit. Let's try to keep slaying with Aeon, though, too. Another Baba Yaga and another Spellweaver. Well, I do think I like these characters despite the fact that Spellweaver... Nah, Spellweaver does kind of just fall off. Okay. Well, I do like another Aeon. That's actually some really nice redundancy. But I might need to play this. Which means I guess I will just sell off the Frog. I could just use the Knighthood now. Potentially even on Baba Yaga or Boomhilda to grab a bunch more stats. It's probably worth it. Let's just throw it here on Boomhilda. It's a lot more stats, and then finish off with a Fireball. Okay. It's awkward because I want to cut the Boomhilda soon. But I think this will be good enough for the turn, hopefully, against Cursed King. But if not, you know, whatever. I would actually, so currently, this is one other thing I was thinking about as far as content goes. I would like to potentially do some live streams, but I'm pretty high right now as far as rating is concerned. I'm almost in the top 200 of players. I'm slightly short of that. But still, almost in the top 200. Ooh, Southern Siren's going to double steal my Aeons. That is quite annoying. So this Boomhilda that we just upgraded has really got to go the distance. And it could. It actually could and will go the distance. There we go, Boomhilda. All right, well, should you Knighthood Boomhilda? That answer is going to be a resounding yes. Hercules has just enough with just Boomhilda to activate, so we'll keep that as the plan here, and we'll see if we can cast any more spells to give us a little more strength. Let's bank the chicken. Let's take an Aeon. I can toss Eye of Ares. I do have a lot of ranged characters. Ooh, I do also have a lot of supporting characters. Do I want to... I could also just take Dracula's Saber, which I feel like is some reasonable stats right now. I kind of like just putting Southern Siren in right here. Another support across the board is pretty good. Okay, let's grab Horn of Olympus. I think that's actually more stats. And then let's throw this in. And the Hercules has now been shrunk, so we do need to find a little bit more stats for the Hercules, which is kind of awkward, and I would like to do so. Alright, looks like we do find it, but not really in time, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to hope that this Hercules is able to get in there in 3 combats, which looks like it's not going to happen. The annoying thing there, though, is really that we were unable to slay with Aeon. That really hurts. Hercules also not going to be able to activate this turn. That's fine. We thought that might be a possibility. And yeah, we're trading these Tweedles back and forth. That's kind of fun. And then will that land on one of my backline ranged characters? It will. So an easy win against the lobby leader, but unfortunately no Hercules activation and no Aeon slay. Now, we are up against the Ghost here. This presents some really, really nice opportunity. Let's grab another Aeon, so that way we can really make some nice things happen here. Let's feed the Kraken. I think we can do better than casting that spell. And Scion of the Storm is definitely it. So this is basically where I want to be. We'll replace this Hercules with Scion. Next turn, we'll probably replace the Horn, though I also want to get rid of this Sting. So we definitely have some ways that we need to improve this board. And we are currently in the top 5 of the lobby. I think we can turn this around. I think this is winnable. Next turn, we are probably going to be in the top 4. I think that 1 or 2 players are probably going to die out here. And then we're going to move in. We're going to have a 50-50 Hercules, which I think we will be looking to Shard or something. I'd really love to turn the Hercules into a Scion of the Storm. If we can cast a whole bunch of spells. Our spells are basically going to go from being full cost all game to suddenly free for the rest of the game. After this combat, because we'll certainly be able to slay as long as we don't get attacked into. Now my spells cost 4 less, and now my spells cost 6 less. So that should be more than enough to ensure that we are then able to just Hat-Ball out from here, and we are going to get the win, luckily, against the Ghost. It was a little bit tighter than I would have imagined, but a tier 6 treasure. And for that, we've got to take Pandora's box, so let's grab that. I'm going to toss the Sting because the Horn is more stats because of Boomhilda. Let's Drink Me. Let's Shard this, then True Love's Kiss. We can feed this to the Kraken, or we can True Love's Kiss it. Let's feed it to the Kraken. Ooh, that's good, that's good. Yes, that's going to the Kraken so that I can throw this in. And then we're going to throw some spells on this. It's basically free to do that. No trees. Sure, let's upgrade this. It's Gwensday. Let's do some upgrading. Let's throw it in a croc so that Echowood is now reasonable. Sure. It was free to croc it, so might as well. And we do have some monsters still yet. Cool. Okay. Put this here. Let's grab a coin. For Glory, not super interested in. I mean, we could probably grab the Forbidden Ford, but let's not and say we did. Oh. We've got Horn of Olympus. Did y'all notice that a lot quicker than I did? That I could have moved this Spellweaver up. Oh, wait a minute. Now I don't want to. Now the Empress P is going to make these 2 bigger. Okay, well, fair enough. We do get the Slay. That's really good. My opponent has a Bear Stain. Do they have any Time Flies? They do have those as well. So they're going to have a pretty big board. We take out the Hippo. The only question is, will Wombats summon a animal? It does. Okay, So, fair enough, but I think we're still going to grab the win here with all of my ranged characters. It's going to be close, though. Wait a minute. No, I lose. No, I take 7. And I'm down to 2. I am glad I did not take that Forbidden Fruit, and Mirror is my last card. So, now I'm regretting putting this inside of a Croc. Empress P, we could shard it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's cast some spells, baby. Alright. Doom Breath is now going up against the Ghost. I'm not going to worry about Doom Breath. I'll grab Golden Chicken. Got no good characters. Okay, this is really good with Mirror, and then honestly, we could even throw in an Echo Wood, but I don't know about that. If we play an Echo Wood here, then it means that when we resummon this Scion of the Storm, Echo Wood gets the stats, but I don't think that that's worth cutting a Spellweaver over. Honestly, it probably wasn't even worth sharding the Empress P, because Empress P does work well with Mirror, but I wanted to cast some spells. I wanted to Hat Ball. Storybook Brawl is almost gone. I want to make the most of it, and that includes casting as many spells as possible, getting as many tier 7 treasures as possible, and just having as much fun as we possibly can. Wonder Waddle here with doubled up Good Boy. Their Soul Tax also going to protect against my Lightning Bolt, which is a little bit annoying. We are going to get our... Oh no, we only get one of our Slays there. But will we have the stats to battle through this Good Boy? Probably, once we crack into that Scion of the Storm. The Croc summons nothing. So that is the awkward part, but we do still have a backline full of ranged characters, and that is enough to move us into the finals against Cursed King. So let's see, where can we go from here? Crocking these characters is really no bueno. The only thing that it does is potentially gets us the tier 7 treasure rather, which could be tier 6. What am I saying? Tier 6 treasure, which could be 9th Book of Merlin, which I do really want. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get rid of my Boomhilda here as well. Okay. We can backline this Croc. That doesn't matter. I mean, this is good. It's just weird. But we can make it better by picking up some more good characters. Sure. Not gonna dream just yet. Oh, maybe I should have dreamed into Beauty. That could have been really, really fantastic. I'm not gonna cast that shard. It would be too much for me to think about in the end of this game. So this is a Doom Breath. But I'm playing it, or I wanted it so that way we could potentially change Horn into 9th Book of Merlin, which might be a way to get a little bit funkier in the end game. Medusa's awkward, though the Lightning Dragon's fine. That's actually a really bad hit for us because it takes out our statue. But we do have a really nice Good Boy here that's going to give us a large Baba Yaga. And it's not that we aren't scammable. My board is just super, super weird. I'm resummoning pigs and statues and a Good Boy on this evil board. This is a fun one. This is a fun one, regardless of how this eventually shakes out here. I think it's looking good for right now, so that's fun as well. We're going to wind up hitting my opponent for 13 down to 4, and we've got a fun finals now. No reduction on our spells this turn. That's a bummer. Let's see if we can find anything better. Shoot. That does nothing for me. I need to find a Croc spell, and I need to find it in the next 3 rolls. No. I mean, yes, but also no. Doom Breath's actually kind of good. but then we summon a Croc. I don't love this Spellweaver, but we also need to frontline our Scion of the Storm, so like we can't really effectively play around Lightning Dragon. I think this one's a loss, unfortunately. It's not good enough. This spell is, and I want to lock onto another Scion of the Storm, which is what I should have cycled a Sure Shot there. It's one other way to potentially build into the 9th Book of Merlin. Cupid for my opponent is pretty good. Okay, that Medusa attack is really annoying because it also delays our ability to attack with Aeon here. Cupid takes out my Baba Yaga, but they are no longer playing Lightning Dragon. So it's just going to come down to their scam here versus my big Scions of the Storm. It's actually possible still to win this, believe it or not. It's not a great board, but it's a board that can win. We get the Scion of the Storm back. That takes out Medusa trades with the Oni Tyrant. And now we've got a big Scion of the Storm. Wait a minute, did we do it? Did we do it? We did it. We got the win. Wow, I was totally checked out. I thought we lost that game. Never doubt Gwensday. That was a scrappy and wild and silly game. I don't even know. I guess I used my Knighthood on a Scion of the Storm. I think I said I was going to do that at one point, but definitely a little bit unorthodox. This will be an unorthodox video, but either way, happy Gwensday. This will be the last Gwensday ever. Okay, is that the title of the video? The last Gwensday ever? I guess it is. Happy Gwensday. We'll figure out what we're going to do. Leave me some suggestions for what you'd like to see me do this final week in the comments. It's going to... Sunday is going to be the last day that the servers are up. So I'm sure there will be a lot of people playing, streaming, making the most of it. I'm going to stream wherever I can. I also want to get out some Gambit game content before episode 5 this weekend. But for now... plus 58 points and one more crown gets me above 4,500 and back into the top 200 players. I fell a little bit while streaming over the weekend, but that's pretty good. I want to see how far high up I can go. Let me know, whatever, how you're feeling. Dump your emotions in the comments, whatever you want to do. Keep it respectful, obviously, as well. But for today, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.